If you like Marilyn Monroe, you should definitely watch our picks for her best movies.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
We hope you will enjoy the following ranking. Please let us know your favorite in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to never miss a good movie again.
Number 10.
Yes.
Didn't you bring your glasses?
What glasses?
Don't you wear glasses?
How to Marry a Millionaire is a romantic comedy film directed by Jean Negulesco and stars Marilyn Monroe, Betty Grable, Lauren Bacall, and William Powell. Three beautiful best friends are on a mission: marry millionaires and get rich. Although they have no issues with the theory of going on dates with wealthy men, the friends soon face the fact that most of them are either creeps or cons. Now it's every girl for herself to decide whether wealth is better than true love.
You've got the most peculiar vision I ever saw.
Why do you say that?
Because you're reading that book upside down.
But I'm no such thing.
Not you, the book.
Number 9. Monkey Business.
Hi, Dr. Fulton.
Hi.
What did you say to her?
Mrs. Fulton, he said hi.
Monkey Business is a screwball comedy film directed by Howard Hawks and stars Cary Grant, Ginger Rogers, Marilyn Monroe, and Charles Coburn. Everyone wants to be young again. Witness the outcome in this hilarious misadventure. When a serum designed to stop the aging process goes bad, a scientist suddenly behaves like a teenager and hits on his beautiful secretary. Soon, everyone, including his wife, is feeling the effects of the formula with absurd outcomes.
All right, now say terrify.
Terrified.
Now say tissue.
Tissue.
Now say them both fast together.
Terrified tissue?
No!
How dare you?
Oh, goody.
Number 8.
Are you there, Mrs. Loomis?
Niagara is a film noir thriller directed by Henry Hathaway and stars Marilyn Monroe, Joseph Cotten, John Peters, and Max Showalter. This sexually tense mystery sees the destruction of one married couple's honeymoon. Upon meeting another couple and the beautiful Polly, jealous Rose thinks something is off. She becomes suspicious of the mysterious Polly when more and more signs point in the wrong direction, and things take a surprisingly dark turn when passion strikes at the wrong time, and her love is tested.
Have you seen a doctor?
Yes, lately we've seen quite a few. But I don't want to bore you. You're here to have a good time,
Mrs. Cutler.
We had a good time, too, a couple of years ago. We were here on our honeymoon.
Number 7. Flash by Night.
Where does he get all that energy?
I don't like him.
He's kind of exciting and attractive.
Flash by Night is a film noir drama directed by Fritz Lang and stars Barbara Stanwyck, Paul Douglas, Robert Ryan, and Marilyn Monroe. Once in an affair, always in an affair. Coming home after 10 years having lived a lie, May Doyle was the affair to an established married politician. Now she falls in love with a cynical fisherman who is married to a burlesque dancer. The heated sexual tension sparks, and the consequences make themselves known.
Who's attractive? Who's exciting?
Earl!
Who?
John, you're strangling me!
Who's attractive? Who's exciting?
You.
That's better.
Number 6.
I figured it just isn't right to drink champagne in matador pants. Would you mind fastening my straps in the back?
Oh, sure.
The 7-Year Itch is a romantic comedy film directed by Billy Wilder and stars Marilyn Monroe and Tom Ewell. A man's will is tested in this sexually heated drama. Having sent off his wife and son on vacation, Richard is finally able to work back home in Manhattan. However, his attention is stolen by a beautiful neighbor who moved into the apartment on the next floor. Fantasizing about her beauty at night, he must ask himself if he can stand against his own desires.
I think it's wonderful that you're married. I think it's just delicate.
You do?
Of course. I mean, I wouldn't be lying on the floor in the middle of the night in some man's apartment drinking champagne if he wasn't married.
Number 5.
Delighted. Delighted.
You did say diamonds, I can tell.
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is a musical comedy film directed by Howard Hawks and stars Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe. Anchored by its legendary cast's magnetic performances, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes invites you into a comedic and light-hearted world where joy comes out on top. When the grumpy father of her husband-to-be hires a private detective, convinced that Lorelei, a beautiful showgirl, is only in it for the money, Lorelei finds herself being observed for questionable activity on vacation.
You're Mr. Franklin, aren't you? Are you enjoying your trip?
Oh.
How many times have you crossed?
This is my,
Don't you feel alone out on a big ocean?
Well,
I just adore conversation, don't you?
Well, certainly.
Number 4. The Misfits.
Everybody's busy in Chicago, and here we are. I love this whole state.
The Misfits is a Western film directed by John Huston and stars Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe, and Montgomery Clift. Defined by sexual tension and a gripping mysteriousness, we enter the striking life of an ex-stripper who decides to move in with 2 old men driven into a lonesome, deserted home by life and war. But with the arrival of a stranger, this foursome will soon face shocking outcomes when rivalry and violence take what's theirs.
What kind of dancing you do?
Oh, interpretive dancing, you know, nightclubs and that's all.
I was in a nightclub once. I was in a nightclub in Kansas City called The Naked Truth.
Number 3.
That's Max Fabian, the producer. Now go and do yourself some good,
Why do they always look like unhappy rabbits?
because that's what they are.
All About Eve is a drama film written and directed by Joseph L. Mankiewicz and stars Bette Davis, Ann Baxter, George Sanders, Celeste Holm, and Marilyn Monroe. A story of greed and stardom with a witty title. All About Eve follows aspiring actress Eve Harrington, who mysteriously shows up in the dressing room of already famous Margot Channing. After agreeing to take Eve under her wing, Margot is soon forced to face that she is being used for purposes that go against her own good.
And that isn't a waiter, my dear, that's a butler.
Well, I can't yell, "Oh, Butler," can I? Maybe somebody's name is Butler.
You have a point. An idiotic one, but a point.
I don't want to make trouble. All I want is a drink.
Number 2. The Asphalt Jungle.
I had the market send over some salt mackerel for you. I know how you love it for breakfast.
Some sweet kid.
The Asphalt Jungle is a film noir heist film directed by John Huston and stars Sterling Hayden, Lewis Calhoun, Marilyn Monroe, and Jean Hagen. With careful attention to the mesmerizing and fascinating world of crime, as well as the 3-dimensional characters that inhabit it, the Asphalt Jungle breaks even the honor of thieves when a heist gone wrong kills one of them. As they pick up the pieces left behind, greed slowly sets the team into decay as murder makes its way into their hearts.
What's the big idea standing there staring at me, Uncle Lon?
Don't call me Uncle Lon.
Thought you liked it.
Maybe I did. I don't anymore.
Before we unveil movie number 1, here are a few honorable mentions.
I do look terrible.
Something happened, lady?
My dress is torn. I'll have to get a new one. I just can't lie to you. And I can't marry you, and I ain't going to Montana with you. And goodbye forever.
Cherry, wait a sec. Cherry, wait. Cherry! I think you'll live.
I'm sorry I opened my big mouth in front of the boy. You hurt me, and I wanted to hurt you back.
Well, that's the way it works.
Number 1.
If there's ever anything I can do for you,
I can think of a million things.
Some Like It Hot is a romantic comedy film directed by Billy Wilder and stars Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon. To escape the bad guys, one will go to truly extraordinary measures. After accidentally witnessing a mafia murder, slick jazz players Joe and Jerry escape their hometown with the mobsters right on their tail. Disguised as females in an all-female jazz band, they intertwine with beauty, love, ambition, and a dangerous game of cat and mouse with the mafia.
your head's hot.
Ridiculous.
You've got cold feet.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Here, let me warm them up a little. There. Isn't that better?
Yes, I'm a girl. I'm a girl.
What'd you say?
Do you agree with our list? Please let us know in the comments. If you want to know more about a particular movie in this list, you can check out our links in the video description. And for more top 10 movie videos, be sure to subscribe to communiTV.